Is the mobile detailing space fairly competitive? I mean, maybe even in general, but in our area, do you see, or has that ever really played a factor in you getting the business that you want?
It definitely is competitive. We see people join every day. Like my brother's always joking that he's got a new friend that just started doing detailing. I'm sure you've seen that with real estate too, though.
Yes.
But I'm sure the same with real estate. What you've probably found is that the people at the top, they are there for a reason, and to overtake them is a lot harder than it seems. So we have a lot of competitors, but we compete with a select few people. And we get most of our business from word of mouth and from Google. So when you think about that, 80% at least from Google and word of mouth, if not 90%. So when you think about that, on Google, we're ranked number one for many keywords in Springfield. And if you're searching for car detailing near me or car detailing Springfield, a lot of the times there's something psychologically that just makes you want to go with the highest rated, which we are, or the person that ranks at the top of Google. So we don't have much competition there. I mean, we're competing with like slot number 2 and 3, but if you have half as much reviews as us, and you don't have online booking, and you don't have your prices listed, and you don't look as professional as us, which one are you going to go with? So it's actually a pretty easy decision, and word of mouth, clearly you don't have much competition, because if you're asking a friend, where's a good place to get my car detailed, or they're telling you, I had this amazing experience, you're not necessarily going to go online and shop. And it becomes less and less about the price at that point. You're not competing on price. So you can raise your price because people are coming to you because my friend said so, not because you've got this great deal for a super cheap detail.
And how did you figure out your pricing in such early on? I mean, were you absorbing a lot of content online about other people who had built detailing businesses? Were you talking to people in person? Or was it just trial and error of, I'm going to try this price out, see what the response is, and then now you're able to move it up because of this ecosystem you've built and the clientele? How did you decide that?
So when we started, I think our full detail was $50, and we had a discount at the time for $30. So like our first detail I ever remember doing for someone that wasn't like a family or a friend was $30 for the full thing. Now we weren't doing quite as much as we were now, but I think it still took us like at least 3 hours. So $10 an hour for the company. So that was just kind of a guessing. I mean, at that point, we just wanted clients. It didn't matter about what we were charging, So that's the most important thing for us, was just getting experience, getting clients, getting photos and videos to use, getting reviews. And then we started raising our price as we got more customers. I think we raised it up to like $60 or $70 for our full detail, and then $120. And of course, this is taking place over several months. And then eventually you're doing full details for $150, $200, $250, $300, $400, $500. And it just kind of kept climbing. I mean, I think everything has gone up over the past 3 years, it's particularly service businesses. So a lot of our clients that were with us in the beginning, even if they come back 3 years later and book with us, they are understandable that the prices have gone up, but they've gone up a lot since then. And it's just really been a thing of like testing, seeing, hey, if we raise our price $50, what's the response for the customers over the next few months? Like, are we booking less? Is that a direct result of the price, or are we not ranking as high in Google, or is our website not seeing as much traffic, right? So causation versus correlation is also important to think about at that point.
And I think it is interesting, again, with the types of clients you work with. I'm sure some even everybody wants to, get a good deal and feel like they're being treated fairly on price. But because you're on that upper end of, say, even mobile detailers of, I'm sure they could go out and find somebody cheap that's, starting up and willing to do $30 or closer to it for a detail, but yours are $300 plus. I'm sure there's people that specifically like going with you though, because again, the branding around it, by paying that price, they feel this is the type of quality work they're going to get, and they do. So it is interesting how you can kind of play with that and figure out what people are willing to pay.